गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरु साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः. Today no garland. Sri Krishna Narayana Govinda. If something doesn't have form, how can the eyes see that? Because eyes can see only the forms and colors. If there is no sound, how can ears hear something? Because ears can hear only sounds. If there is no taste, how can rasana, the tongue, taste how it is like? See? Now apply this principle. Colors and forms are seen by the eyes, yes. The vision by which colors and forms are seen, what is the color and the form of the vision? Nothing. Now, the mind expresses through the eyes as vision, through the ears as hearing ability, but mind does not have color, form, any sound, any taste, any smell. So how these five organs can comprehend what the mind is? Because these sense organs are functional only in a limited area. See, go one step further. The consciousness does not have any kind of change, agitation, thoughts, and therefore how can the mind know what the consciousness is like? But our whole struggle in life is, I want to see God. Then what we will do? We will imagine God and see that. If buffaloes have to think about God, one day one person asked me this question also. Swamiji, what did dogs must be dreaming? I became suddenly angry. What do you mean? He said, no, Swamiji, I am just asking. I said, you are asking this question as if I am a dog? How do I know what the dog will be dreaming? Only dog can tell. So just for the imagination, if we have to think, what the buffaloes must be thinking about God? So they will be thinking, God is white, not a black one. Because buffaloes are black. Now the buffaloes give milk. The God buffalo will give directly coffee. See? So all our thinking is guided by the training that we have given to our mind. And with that mind, we want to know what the consciousness is like. And then we start using various words. And those words carry more confusion than understanding. See? That's why when I was coming, our Dr. Hegde told me, Swamiji, today you have to talk 4 talks since morning. I said, I don't care. Then he said, do you think we care? You keep on talking, it makes no difference to us. See, friends, relax and you are the truth. And this is what we do every day. When we go to sleep, what we do? We drop the world, then we drop the sense organs, then we drop the mind, and ultimately we drop the I who wants to sleep. This is the process of realization. Therefore, here the teacher is telling this thing. Shrotrasya Shrotram Manaso mano yad vachoha vacham sau pranasya pranaha chakshushaschakshuhu atimuchadiraha. So when we are able to understand, mind is the eye of the eye and consciousness is the mind of the mind. See? Therefore, atimuchya, when muchya to give up, ati means for good. When we give up for good our identification with the worldly possessions and relations, number one, then the instruments through which we come to know the world, number two, when these things are given up and we come to a point which cannot be given up, that given upable. What kind of, one person told me this. Swamiji, I was correcting your talk and you have used the word disidentification. And I tried. Nowhere this word disidentification appears in any dictionary. What should I do? I said, look here, ignorant people use the dictionary, wise people create the dictionary. Don't worry. The question is, are you getting the point across or not? Language is meant for communication, not for justification whether right or wrong. See? So, atimuchadhiraha, he who is able to transcend all these and come to a point which cannot be rejected, pratyasmat lokad, when we thus go beyond the world which is limited by the sense organs, mind, intellect, etc., amrita bhavanti, they attain immortality. This immortality is understood by the yogis in a different manner and by the Vedanta in a different manner. Yogis will tell you, do this, do that, what you call kaya kalpa, so that you can live long. If you want to curse somebody, don't curse, but if you want to curse him. May you live long. Enough. He will suffer sufficiently. See, friends, long life is not the goal of life. Otherwise, our Vedanta is called as Asura Vedanta. You know, this topic comes in Bhagavad Mahapuran. Hiranyakashipu's brother Hiranyaksha was killed by Bhagwan Varaha. And when he died, his wife started crying. So Hiranyakashipu went to his sister-in-law and said, all the Vedanta, see, all that is born has to die, body is perishable, made out of 5 elements, they are disintegrated, therefore nothing can be done. So the only thing is accept gracefully and don't cry. Because of this Vedantic knowledge, her miseries went away. She became normal. But then Hiranyakashipu came in problem. Oh God, iska matlab hai main marunga. That means I am going to die. No, I don't want to die. And then he did tapasya and sought a blessing from Brahmaji. I don't want to die. Brahmaji said, this option is not available. Then he said, okay, I should not die here, I should not die there, I should not die inside, I should not, so many conditions. Bhagavan said, tathastu. And ultimately he died. Friends, immortality does not mean the body will not undergo changes. When Ramakrishna Paramahamsa was suffering from cancer, that time his devotees asked, Thakurji, why don't you tell mother you are suffering so much to stop this cancer? So the great master said, I am not suffering and I don't have cancer. So what we see is different and what the wise people experience is different. Another example, our Nisargadatta Maharaj, who has tremendous impact on me. When he was having cancer, people go on talking. So one said, why you should have cancer of all the people? Then he said, I don't have cancer, I am cancer. Health and disease are possible only in a living body. As much health is supported by the life, so much death is supported by life. Therefore, life is beyond health and disease. See, friends, recognition of this immortal experience of our being is called as attainment of fulfillment in life. Now, after having said this, the teacher says, why you are not able to see the reality through your known means of knowledge such as sense organs, mind, intellect? Because न तत्र चक्षुर गच्छति न वाग गच्छति न मनः न विद्मः यथा एतद् न विजानीमः यथा एतद् अनुशिष्यात् अन्यदेव तद्विदितात् अथ अविदितात् अधि इति शुश्रुम पूर्वेषां येन स्तवव्याच चक्षुरे. The teacher says, Tatra tasmin paramatmani, in that God, in that supreme reality, because of which the mind is functional, the sense organs function, the first breathing of the life begins, that, see, one of the most beautiful part, nowhere it is mentioned what the absolute reality is. It can't be. Because na tatra chakshur gacchati, sense organs cannot comprehend. Then na vag gacchati, you cannot talk about it beyond the scope of words. Na manaha, you can't feel it, Once I was in Bombay and some Mahatmas, they came and I was also asked, so I went and sat in the audience, and then when he came, that big tutari, pop, 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 everybody got up, I also got up. He came with a pant shirt and a big frock. He went and sat there. Then we were all given flowers. So I also took. I had a couple with me, friends, those who drove me there. They said, Swamiji, you don't go. He's a useless fellow. I said, no, keep cool. So I will not go. I said, you don't go. So I went with the flowers, offered at his feet, did namaskar, not feet, shoes, black, nicely polished shoes. I offered them, did namaskar, and then we sat. And then he started. Awareness has become an outdated word. There is nothing like awareness. You have to feel the divinity. And then he will say, you have to. And the whole audience, again out. These are cartoons of spirituality. Upanishad says, na tatra chakshur gacchati, na vag gacchati, na manaha, na vidmaha. Nor the mind can go, nor we know how to teach you. Sense organs function only in the objective world of Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha. The speech functions when there are some attributes. Then the mind functions when there are emotions. Intellect functions if there are concepts. The truth is neither an object nor any object that can be described, nor can be felt, nor it is a concept. Most of the intelligent people suffer because of this erroneous understanding. I was in Pittsburgh. After my talk in the university, the head of the department of philosophy, he came and he said, hey Mr. Swami, you presented the concept very well. I said, sir, excuse me, I did not talk concepts. You are a professor is a concept. You are successful is a concept. You are a husband is a concept. But you are is not a concept. I was not talking about concepts, because concepts are liable to change. See, Earlier the concept used to be, you should wake up early in the morning, do exercise and blah blah blah. Now the concept is, continue sleeping up to 10 o'clock, then you are prosperous. Earlier the concepts were, don't give yourself too many choices, then only you can successfully live in the life. Today the concepts are that there should be more choices, more prosperity, more affluence. Everything is constantly changing. Therefore, these instruments of known knowledge, instruments, they are non-functional in the truth. And not only that, the teacher gives a final sixer. Na vijani maha yatha etat anushishyat. We do not know how to communicate about the truth to you. See? Once I was with the children in a camp, and when I went to somebody's house, their child had also gone for the camp. So the mother said, Beta, what did you learn from Swamiji in the camp? So the Mama, we learned about 5 great elements. Do you know? Children always have got very low opinion about their mother, thanks to the husband. So, no beta, I don't know what is that. He said, I'll show you. And took little soil. This is element earth. Mother is very happy. Then he took the glass, spill it on the table. This is element water. Oh. Then element fire. He brought the mastic and don't put it there, it's okay. Element fire. Element air. Come mommy here. See what you are feeling? That is element air. Oh God. Now came the element space. So when I was telling them, I told him, what do you see in between my fingers? That is space. Understood? Yes, understood. Now this child was in a problem. Swamiji, can you help me? Yes, please do like this. Mummy, what is in between the fingers of Swamiji? That is space. As you start losing the attributes, the language becomes important. Suppose you have to tell, I love you. I love you so much. Like, many people, when they write, Swamiji, I love you so much. S followed by n number of O's. S, O, 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 so much. What does it mean? Because when you have to express something which doesn't have attributes, language becomes important. You can't communicate. See? Anirvachaniya prema swarupam. Narada Bhakti Sutra says, love cannot be defined. See? When you hug, it is a love. When you give a kick, it is a love. When you talk, it is a love. When you don't talk, it is a love. See, friends. And when it comes to our essential self, you just cannot know how to tell. So when this was said by the teacher, the student said, oh God, sir, please don't, brush me away like this. I have come to know from you the truth. Please tell me, what is the truth? So the teacher says, look here, I don't know. But I'll tell you what my guru told me. Yes. Anya devatad viditat atha aviditat adhi. The truth is other than the known and the unknown. What is the truth is not told. Be aware about it. What is the truth is other than the known and the unknown. Okay, I know English. Truth is not English. I don't know Kannada. Kannada is also not truth. I know cooking. Cooking is not truth. I don't know eating. That is also not the truth. Find out. You go beyond all the known and the unknown. Now go deeper. What is known and what is unknown? Our experiences of the waking and the dream fall in the purview of known. In the waking and the dream, everything is known. I know this, I know this, I know that, I know this. In case of the deep sleep, what is our experience? Aham kimapi na janami, I know nothing. So, other than the known and the unknown means, the truth is beyond the waking, dream, deep sleep. What is the truth is not told. Be aware about this important fact. Truth, define this truth defiled. You can't define. The effect is known, the cause is unknown. When we go to the doctors, they first of all study the effects, the symptoms. See? And after the symptoms are established, then they trace the cause. So what is known, effects are known. What is unknown, the cause is unknown. So the truth is other than the known and unknown means what? The truth is beyond cause and effect. See? The past is known. The future is unknown. The truth is other than the known and the unknown. It is other than the past and the future. See? So is it present? My dear, if there is no past tense, there is no future tense, there cannot be present tense. Then what it can be? It is presence, not present. Now how will you define this presence? See? Are you there? I don't know, let me switch on the light. No. Our presence is not established through any means of knowledge. Anya devatad viditat atha aviditat adhi. See, friends. So we drop the cause and effect. We drop the past and the future. We drop the waking, dream, deep sleep and samadhi. And then we come to a point which cannot be dropped. That thou art. Tattvamasi. See, it looks very simple, but it's very deep. Anyat evatad viditat. Viditat known. Aviditat unknown. That which is beyond the known and the unknown. And therefore, this one eliminates both the known and the unknown. Do you know Kannada? No. But do you know that you do not know? Yes. See? So that which is supporting both the known and the unknown has to be beyond the known and unknown. That which is supporting both the cause and effect has to be beyond the cause and effect. All your thinking gets suspended. See, friends, it is not depression. Take an example. Do we ever think about our shadow? We don't think. What is the shadow? Other than the known and the unknown. Shadow is seen, is known. But is it there? Can you analyze the shadow? No. But without you, can the shadow be there? No. So who am I? I am other than the shadow, presence or absence. Whether there is a shadow or no shadow, it makes no difference to me. Whether there is a waking or dream or deep sleep or samadhi, it makes no difference to me. Whether it is dehinosmin yatha dehe kaumaram yauvanam jara, whether it is a childhood or a teenage or the middle age or the old age, it makes no difference to me. Mattaha smriti jnanam apohanancha. I alone supports, here I am using as the third person singular. This I alone supports the waking without becoming a waker. Supports the dream without becoming a dreamer. Supports the deep sleep without going to sleep. Supports the samadhi without the beginning and end of the samadhi. This eternal presence. This is what our Guru Maharaj told us. But then it is very difficult. What should I do? Pan ki dukaan kholo. Those who complain it is difficult, they are not hungry. There was one house, they had one son, two sons, elder one, very spoiled one. Any time he will come to the dining table, I don't like this, all mess. So his mother told him, Swami, what should I do? I said, I will do, you don't do, but you don't come in between me and your son. Keep your mother out somewhere. We had the table laid. I said, now announce. Food is ready, come on the table. And then he will not come. Then the mother will go, Beta, come for food, please come for food. And since morning till the lunchtime, like a goat, he has been grazing. Now where is the hunger? And because there is no hunger, he will, I don't like this, I start crying. I said, now there are two options. Today's option is this, call. If he doesn't come, don't bother. So he didn't come. We all finished our food, go. I was staying at home because I do nothing. All of them went home. His food was covered and I was doing my job. At 1 o'clock, he felt hungry. Then he came to the dining table, took out this and looked at me. And I pretended I am in meditation. Like you do, the same thing I do. Pretend meditation. And they say you should have half eyes closed. So I closed my half eye. Out of two, one eye closed, half. And he slowly opened a food plate and started eating without complaint. Why? Because when you are hungry, food is tasty. When you know the importance of the spiritual life, there are no difficulties. We have not recognized the value and importance of this. See, the day this will become a burning desire in our heart, you will have no difficulty. Once Ramakrishna Paramahamsa was asked by the then Narendra Ghosh that mother talks to you, why doesn't she talk to me? So the master said, no, you don't want her to talk to you. No, I really want. If you really want, she will talk. But you should really want. What do you mean by really, really? He said, we'll talk about it later. Come, let's go and take bath. So when they went in the Ganges, the great teacher put his head below the water level by force. How long will you remain there? 10, 20, 30, 40, 60 seconds. After that, brush out. Then the teacher says, as you were dying to breathe below the water, when that urgency to know the truth kindles in your heart, there are no difficulties. Our spirituality is a 5-star spirituality. AC, UC, DC, IC and a big bank account in ICICI. And then we want to do meditation. And meditation on what? Interest rate is going down. Tell me. Yamai vesha vrunute tena labhyaha tassesha atma vivrunute tanum swam. Upanishad says, he who seeks the truth to the exclusion of everything, to him the truth is revealed. And when the truth is revealed, you disappear. That is one of the reasons many students, when they sit for meditation, they get fear. The fear is, you will disappear. Suppose I sit for meditation and if I start levitating, what will happen? These questions, they come to us. What can I tell? Depends where you are sitting. If you are sitting below the fan, go up there, fan is moving. If you are sitting below the tree, you will hang to the tree like a fruit. And if you are sitting directly under the sky, directly to Mangalayan, these are all the imaginations of mind. When the mind dissolves, no experience will begin and no experience will end. That experience, which never begins and never ends, is the reality. Find out. There's only one experience which has never begun, never ended. Our presence, we never experience our birth, we never experience our growth, we never experience our death, and we never experience our absence. That is why when old people are addressed, Dadima, how are you? Don't call me Dadi before everybody, call me Auntie. Arey Budhau, you are 80, not out. Now why that lady says, don't call me Dadima? She is right. Because from her experience, she is not growing. But what the people are seeing is the old body. Then the condition of such a person is like what? A bullock cart yoked with two animals. One is a race horse, the other is a buffalo, male buffalo. What will be the condition of that bullock cart? Exactly. Our mind is like a race horse and our body is like an old buffalo and our vehicle of life is being dragged this way, this way. People don't understand me. They will not understand you. You have to understand them. See friends, Anyadevatar viditat atha aviditat adi. This is the truth. But can you guarantee? No, we don't guarantee. I'll tell you some basic principle of life. When you are happy, never give a promise. Example, Dashrath Maharaj was very happy and he gave a promise to Kaikeyi and whole Ramayana came out. So whenever you are happy, never give a promise. When you are angry, never discuss. Simple. And third, when you are confused, don't take a decision. Try these three things. You will get rid of the problem of mind and then you will understand what is meant here. Anya devatar viditat atha aviditat adi iti shishruma purvesham ye nastad vyacha chakshare. Those who instructed us in this field, they told us in this manner and thereafter we studied, we reflected upon. Be attentive. The practice of yoga is different and the practice of medicine is different. The practice of Vedanta is different. In case of practice of yoga, you become an efficient acrobat. Take this leg over here and you can sit like this. Here or somewhere, in Coimbatore probably, one person came with all the makeup, these horizontal lines and vertical things and everything, and he gave me his visiting card. Swamiji, do you have visiting card? I said, no, I don't visit, so I have no card. I didn't give. Then, this is my card. I said, okay, give me. Read it. I said, I can't read English. You can't read English. But how can you talk? I said, talk, I can anything. Read, I can't. Anyway, I'll tell you, this is my name and I am a yoga acharya and his pose, you will never even imagine that pose. He has put his leg, right leg, below his left armpit and sitting like this. Even imagine how it is. He said, this is the new posture I have discovered. Thereafter I became yoga acharya. So, practice of yoga is acrobatics. The practice of doctor is learn from every mistake. And toward the end, I don't know what to say. See, the doctors never learn in their college time. They learn when they are in practice. Because they get the live specimens to work upon. They learn from their mistakes. Now, practice of Vedanta, here is that. We want to practice Vedanta? Here are 5 practices given. Yadvacha nabhyuditam yena vagabhyudyate tadeva brahmatvam vidhi nedam yadidam upasate. Is this the one or one more in between? Yes, this is the one. There are 5 mantras. This is regarding the speech. Then the second one is Yan manasana manute yena ahur manomatam tadeva brahmatvam vidhi nedam yadidam upasate yat chakshushana pashyati yena chakshukamshi pashyati tadeva brahmatvam vidhi nedam yadidam upasate yat shrotrena na shrunoti yena shrotramidam shrutam tadeva brahmatvam vidhi nedam yadidam upasate yat pranena na praniti yena prana praniyate tadeva brahmatvam vidhi nedam yadidam upasate. This is called as Brahmabhyas, practice of knowledge. In practice we repeat certain things, but that repetition should not be mechanical. Mechanical repetition is done in yoga. The intellectual repetition is done in practice of medicine. And intelligent repetition is done on the path of inquiry. So here it is. First, yad vacha nabhyuditam, that which cannot be spoken of by the means of speech, but yena vag abhyudyate, that because of which the speech organ has the ability to speak. Tadeva Brahma, that is the Brahman. Tadeva Brahma. Tad Brahma Vidhi eva. This Brahman has to be only recognized. Third point. Tad Brahma Tvam eva. Don't think Brahman is above the clouds. And the fourth thing. Tadeva Brahmatvam Vidhi Nedam Yadidam Upasate. All the paraphernalia that you have collected around you, that has nothing to do with the reality. Friends, the other day I told you, on the spiritual path, knowing is being. This is the fundamental rule. You cannot know the truth without being one with the truth. If the I remains, the truth will not be revealed. Now to understand this, take this example. What is electricity? Electricity we can't see, but we can see the lights. So how we will define electricity? That because of which, that which cannot be illumined by the light, but that because of which the light is manifesting in the bulb, that is the electricity. So in this, the bulb is not the electricity, the filament where the light is manifested is not the electricity, the light because of which everything else is seen is also not the electricity, but that because of which the light is happening in the bulb, that is electricity. Now if you have to get that electricity, what do you have to do? See, first thing, when we switch on the light, where our attention goes, what are the things illumined by the light? Till our attention is on the worldly things, till our attention is on what is illumined by this light, we are far away from the electricity. See? In the same manner, when our attention is on the description of the world, The world is beautiful, the world is horrible, the world is good, the world is bad. You are going far away from yourself. Then come back from there. Yena vag abhyudyate, that because of which the organ of speech has the ability to speak, that is the reality. So what we do, be attentive. We drop the worldly themes in our speech. Then we come to our speech, and when we come to our speech, without reference to the word, it is called as maunam. Be attentive. Only this mantra I will explain exhaustively, rest you can do homework. Then, next point. When we are no more talking about the worldly things, yet we keep on talking to ourselves. Therefore, one of the discipline given to us by the teachers is observe maunam. You know this vipassana business, they observe maunam. So, we don't talk to others. Why? Maunam. I remember one very good experience I had in Haridwar. I was going with my friend in a manual rickshaw somewhere. My friend told me, Swamiji, in this ashram there is a very big Mahatma. Can we have darshan? I said, yes, we'll go. So we left the rickshaw and we went there. So the secretary, bigger the Mahatma, more the secretaries. So the secretary said, sorry, Mahatma is on Mauna, he will not talk to you. I said, all right. From distance we did namaskar from outside. He was inside his room, hall, whatever. When we went out, secretary came running. Wait. I said, what happened now? Mahatma ji has called you. I said, he is in Maunam, how can he call me? No, you come. He sent a message. So I went there. And after I went there, then he told my friend, you remain outside. Only Mahatmas can go inside. I told my friend, luck, you are lucky. I have to face the challenge. I went inside. He was sitting on a huge singhasan type of thing. One plastic chair was kept there. So I sat there. He took out the pen and paper wrote to me. What is your name? I wrote my name, Swami Gadbadananda. Where from you have come? Something you have to write. So I wrote Vrindavan. Third question. Where are you staying in Haridwar? So I wrote something. He was writing, I was replying in writing. I forgot, I can talk. And as you laughed, he also laughed. Because I was not talking, although I can talk, only replying in writing. So when he laughed, then, oh, I'm sorry, I forgot I can talk. Then I asked him, laughing is allowed in Maunam? See friends, this is not Maunam. Mauna is when no worldly theme ever is entertained by your speech. And that is possible when you are at peace with yourself. When you stop talking to yourself, that is the real Maunam. Now see the spiritual practice. Yad vacha nabhyuditam yena vag abhyudyate. First of all, we drop the worldly theme, we come back. And when we come back, second step, not only you don't talk about the world, but you don't talk to yourself. When we talk to ourselves, we talk about the future. See, that's one of the instructions I give in meditation classes is this. When you sit down, then don't plan what you will do after meditation. But this Amma's plan. Now after Swamiji comes to our house, I have to prepare a upma for him. But does it take onion or not? He is very peculiar. Sometimes he says yes, sometimes he says no. And whether should I cut onion or not? What is happening? Onion meditation. Cut. We constantly keep on talking to ourselves. Stop that. Give it a chance, friends. Next 20 minutes, don't talk to yourself. 20 minutes or 20 seconds. Relax. You have done nothing. But this was the highest meditation you have ever experienced. The reason is, you stop talking to yourself. Why we talk to ourselves? Because we are not one inside, we are a crowd. Mother-in-law, father-in-law, daughter-in-law, son-in-law, all in-laws, outlaws, like a big poultry farm. Caw, 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 caw. See? So first we drop the world, come to the sense organs. We drop the sense organs, come to the mind. We stop talking to ourselves. The mind dissolves in consciousness. Like water and ice are both waters. But ice and water, what is the difference? Water with specific name and form is called as ice. Ice without specific name and form is water. In the same manner, consciousness with specific name and form is mind. When the mind drops the names and forms, the mind dissolves in consciousness. Therefore, the world is defined in our scriptures as Nama Rupa. See, Asti Bhati Priya Nama Rupa iti Panchamshakam Adyatrayam Brahma Rupam Jagad Rupam Tatodvayam. Name and form is the world. But this name and form is supported by the Satchidananda, Asti Bhati Priya. That is the reality. And therefore, mind cannot survive without name and form. And the moment name and the form is dropped, the mind dissolves. Tadeva Brahmatvam Vidhi. This is the Brahman, this is the reality. Oh, I understood very well. That is the Brahman. Samajh mein aa gaya. See? The important thing is, don't think Brahman is an object of knowledge to be known. See? Tadeva Brahmatvam Vidhi. Second thing, Vidhi eva. You are not creating. You are that. You are not becoming Brahman. You are not becoming holy. See, friends, then we will come to know the great masters abiding in the truth. Do not do anything. See? Then the things happen. And when the things happen, they have no arrogance for the success and no regrets for the failure. Things are happening. Now see, take a simple day-to-day example. If you happen to eat food on Ekadashi, I do these experiments in my day-to-day moving in the world. This is how I get all my wisdom from you, all my gurus. When they give me food, they want me to eat first. After I survive their food, then others take. And they call it respect and reverence. But I am also not Kache Guru ka chela. So what I do, when I am taking food, all these Mahamayas are standing there, Vivekananda pose, watching me, how I eat. You can just imagine, when you are eating, somebody is looking at you, how comfortable it is. So I take the chapati and try to dive into the dal, nothing comes out. Then I take other sabji, etc., make a cocktail, and hot dog type. And then when I am going to eat, my attention is not on the food or my mouth. Attention is on their mouth. Their mouths open. Identification. And that Amma whose mouth opens maximum, I call her, Mama, please come. Then she comes. Because out of all, only I am called. And I say, Mama, unless I give the food to Bhagavan Krishna, I don't eat. She feels I love. So I give the food. It is not love. It is sense of security. After she takes that food, everything is over, I finish my food, then she came. Swamiji, now what will happen? I said, what happened? Today is Ekadashi and you gave me food to eat. Now what will happen? I said, nothing. Non-stop flight to hell. You are booked for hell. Now what should I do? I said, this can't be undone. There is no control Z possible. Done is done. Now be attentive. When I have taken food on Ekadashi, it is a sin or a merit. But when the food goes inside, whether there is a digestion or no digestion, whether there is a constipation or dysentery, do we say, if there is a constipation, Punyavan? And if there is a dysentery, Mahapapi? No. Because sin and merit are possible if there is somebody behind action. See, friends. Therefore, here the teacher says, Tadeva Brahmatvam Vidhi. That which appears through knowledge is uncreated. See, friends, I close my eyes, none of you are there for me. When I open my eyes, I have not created you. Through knowledge, only what is revealed. Through action, something is created. Therefore the mantra, na karmana na prajaya dhanena tyage naiki amritatva manashu. See, friends, the more subjective you become, tadeva brahmatvam vidhi, then nedam yadidam upasate, and we get lost only in Ganti Bajao, only in that we get lost. Here only happened, I don't know where is the gentleman now. I went to their house for food, then went to their puja room and asked, hey, are you chanting this mantra? He said, yes, Swamiji, how do you know? I said, don't worry about it. Now show me how you chant. And they took the mala and started. Sri Ram Jaram Jai Jaram, Sri Ram Jaram Jai Jaram, Sri Ram Jaram. I said, there is no hurry, I am not in a hurry. Sri Ram Jaram Jai Jaram, 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 Sri Ram Jaram Jai Jaram. Enough. I said, no, complete the full mala. Sri Ram Jaram Jai Jaram, Sri Ram Jaram Jai Jaram, Sri Ram Jaram Jai Jaram, Sri Ram Jaram Jai Jaram. After the mala was completed, I said, okay. Now try the second technique I tell you. Drop your mala down. Fix how much time you can chant. Suppose you can chant for 5 minutes. Not 5 times. Don't bother how many times you count and chant the Lord's name. Focus attention how long you are in His company. Then I told, now we chant like this. Om Sri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Om Sri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Our upasana, nedam yadidam upasate, our upasana, chanting the Lord's name, doing the puja, etc., is like taking the Ayurvedic kada. How do we take Ayurvedic kada? We taste? No. Just gulp it, and after that have a nice cup of sweet coffee. So nutty. Our chanting Lord's name is like that. Om Nasha, 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 Om Nasha. No. Chant the Lord's name like you are enjoying a chocolate. Do we put the chocolate in the mouth and take a glass of water? Oh. No. We park it here in a parking lot and keep on choosing it for next 10, 20, 30 minutes. Maja hai. In the same manner, raso vaisaha rasagam hevayam labdvanandi bhavati. Rasa nishpatti, the experience of blissful presence, results if we chant the Lord's name in this manner, in this. The experience remains, the experiencer disappears. See, that joy where enjoyer is not born, tadeva brahmatvam vidhi. That knowledge where the knower is not born, tadeva brahmatvam vidhi. That action where doer is not born, tadeva brahmatvam vidhi. See, friends, this is called as Brahmabhyas. It is not mechanical. Therefore, meditation is not a mechanical drill like a military. Sidhe baitho, khada. Now, don't think. You may say don't think, but we keep on thinking. That is not. Therefore, practice of Vedanta is very simple. Start from where you are to what you are. Where we are in the world, I am rich, I am poor, I am husband and wife. From there you start. How you start? First step, drop remaining as anybody. So the first step is, you are nobody. So when you are nobody, you have no relations, no possessions. You start from there, first step. Then you will come to know, when you are nobody, no thoughts will come. Yet the momentum of the mind will not die so quickly. So, the mind will start projecting about the future. So, another lock is applied. Don't plan anything what you will do after meditation. Tadeva brahmatvam vidhi. This is that. Kenopanishad, etad vaitat. In this manner we take the speech and we end up in that which is beyond the speech. That is why speech is nothing but the mind. The Paravani, Pashyanti Vani, Madhyama Vani, Vaikhari Vani. Vaikhari Vani is speech. So Vaikhari Vani we drop, we come to the Madhyama Vani. Madhyama Vani we drop, we come to the Pashyanti Vani. After having come to Pashyanti Vani, here the effort putting personality disappears. And thereafter it is the Lord's will that will take care. Our efforts are only up to Pashyanti Vani, not beyond it. See, friends, so yadvachanabhyuditam yena vagabhyudyate tadeva brahmatvam vidhi nedam yadidmupasate. And he who has recognized himself in whatever way, the same way he looks at the world. When I consider myself to be a man, then for me the world is made up of two types of people, man and woman. When I consider myself to be a Kannadiga, then the world is made up of two people, Kannadigas and non-Kannadigas. Think. But when I take myself to be nobody, there is nobody. And when I recognize myself to be the conscious blissful existence, for him the whole world is nothing but the same Paramatma. Therefore, God realization is not an objective phenomena. It is a subjective experience. And who can enter the subjective area? Those who have nothing to do with the objective world. And this withdrawal from the world, friends, it happens, it is not done. When withdrawal is forced, it is called as depression. Withdrawal without wisdom is depression, it is unhealthy condition of the mind. Withdrawal with wisdom is called as dispassion, it is the healthy condition of mind. Psychiatrist people deal with the unhealthy condition of mind. See? There were two psychiatrists practicing in the same town, both of them retired. One of them became a patient, the other did not. So the one who became a patient, he asked the other person, "Yaar, what is the secret, both we are doing the same job, we are listening to the same mad people throughout our life. And I ended up in a patient, and how come you did not become a patient?" So he said, "They were talking, but I was not listening." Then I told him, he must be a Vedanta student. Not listening at all. See, friends, Tadeva Brahmatvam Vidhi. Now the next one, Yan Manasana Manute Jena Ahur Manomatam. That because of which the mind is able to feel, but that which cannot be felt by the mind, that is the Brahman, that thou art. Now take the second exercise of your meditation. What the mind does, mind gives you experience of immediate feelings, joy, sorrows. Now one simple technique of meditation through mind. This is Bhagavad Gita's technique called yoga. Tam vidyat dukkha sanyoga viyogam yoga sannitam sa nishchena yoktavyaha yogaha anirvinna chetasa. Bhagavan says, when the miseries come in our life, refuse to be miserable. See, don't imagine you will not feel miseries, you will experience miseries. See? Experiencing misery is one thing, and becoming miserable is another thing. Experiencing pain is one thing, and becoming painful is another thing. Experiencing joy is one thing, and becoming joyful is another thing. See, friends, in short, do not precipitate any experience into any personality creation. See, therefore, yan manasana manute yena ahur manomatam. That because of which the mind has the ability to feel all the experiences, but that mind which cannot feel the absolute reality, that is the Brahman, that Brahman thou art. And nedam yadidum upasate. Don't crying, darshana do ghana sham natha mori. Bas ja rahi hai. Jaldi jaldi darshan do. Don't become emotional. Emotions are ornaments on human personality. Emotionalism is a scar. We become emotional. Don't become emotional. See? Tadeva brahmatvam vidhi. So what is the practice? Many Mahatmas go to the forest to do tapasya. And what is tapasya? Invited problems are cheerfully accepted. Tapasya is nothing than this. You leave your comfortable house, go in a cave to stay there. There are a lot of mosquitoes, no windows, no bathroom, and yet you feel meditation. What you are doing? Tapasya. So tapasya is nothing but you invite problem and don't suffer. For that you don't have to go to the forest. At home you got married. You already invited problems. So you get homemade problems, see? Like, you don't have to go to the shop to get the problems, homemade problems. In that case, what happens? See, your tapasya. Remain in your house with your husband and wife and children, in-laws and outlaws, and yet remain cheerful. Highest spiritual practice. See? No, I'm fed up here, I want to go to Himalayas. See? That is the reason why I don't have any ashram. All ashrams are nothing but asylums. You go to any ashram, you will not come across one sensible person there. See? There is a competition. I am closer to Mahatma. What do you think? I am in inner circle. I am outer circle. I am out of circle. See, friends, tapasya is this. Wherever you are, under all conditions you are at peace. Mind is disturbed. The self is undisturbed. This undisturbed experience, in spite of the joy and sorrows, when it is naturally maintained in life, then we are somewhere in the proximity of the divine presence. Yan manasana manute yena ahur manomatam tadeva brahmatvam vidhi. See, it is something like this. Eyes can see everything else. All colors and forms are seen by the eyes. But eyes cannot see themselves. Similarly, mind can think about everything else in the world. Mind, when it is focused on its own source, manasam tu kim margane krute naiva manasam marga arjavat. The moment the mind is focused on its own source, the mind disappears. Tadeva brahmatvam vidhi. Nedam yadenu upasate. See, friends, it is only the error in understanding that we are struggling on the spiritual path, because we get attracted towards something great happening in the world. See, that day I went and I had a back pain and the Mahatma came, he gave me one kick and my pain became all right. What is the name of that Mahatma? Kikananda. Don't get carried away by all these things. See? Every experience can take us to our essential nature. Every experience. Here it will be told, Pratibodha viditam matam. Every experience reveals the truth, provided we have that vision. Thereafter, the same practice continues. Yash shrotrena na shrunoti yena shrotredagam shrutam tadeva brahmatvam vidhi nedam yadam upasate. That because of which the ears are able to hear, but the ears cannot hear. That is the reality, Brahman, that thou art. So also the prana, etc. With this we complete the first khanda of this beautiful Kenopanishad. The remaining we'll take it tomorrow onwards. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnaat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.